In the next 30 minutes of Business Live, Chamber of Telecoms assures consumers of mobile money interoperability of maximum safety following the stealing of several billions in Uganda by hackers. Also, Ghana ranked third out of 48 sub-Saharan African countries in the Telecommunications Risk and Reward Index. We have more in our Business Desk report. Plus, today on the Joy Business Van, combining digital health with digital finance, we'll share the success story of Trimester Save. I'm Israel Lai. Business Live continues presently. Ghana is ranked third out of 48 sub-Saharan African countries in the Telecommunications Risks and Reward Index. This is a disclosure by Fitch Solutions. Globally, the nation is, however, ranked 73rd. Charles Nixon Yeboah looks at the rankings and the impact of the industry on the nation's gross domestic product.
The nation scored 52.1% in the reward index, which prioritized stronger subscription growth and regulator data support. It, however, scored 62% with regard to the risk index, which highlights social, economic, and political instability as well as security risk. Overall, the country's telecommunications market looks attractive than all the sub-Saharan African countries, with the exception of South Africa and Nigeria, which placed first and second respectively. The nation also registered a strong performance for regulatory independence. Its score of 69.6% places it second behind Rwanda, but at par with 8 other sub-Saharan African countries, including South Africa. In terms of rural-urban split, the report noted that the nation was performing averagely. In terms of the youth population, that is 24 years and below, 77.9% are using mobile phone. This is compared with 92% in Ghana and 61.3% in South Africa. The GDP per capita of 26.1% is also higher than Nigeria, but lower than South Africa. The telecommunication industry was among the top 3 tax contributors in 2019. Despite COVID-19 pandemic that triggered contraction in the economy, information and communication subsector grew by 74.2% in the second quarter of this year. The report pointed out that more African markets are reporting faster advanced mobile data services uptake and strong growth in mobile financial services. Over the coming quarters, it expects operators to benefit from most cost-effective approaches to grow their subscriber bases.
Now, credit reference bureaus are working to soon provide a profile of mobile money lenders in the country. This will ensure that persons with good credit history can secure loans through this platform on time. They are also working to provide credit scores of borrowers. The move is expected to help improve credit appraisal and check the current high loan default rate. George Ahiafo is Chief Executive of Credit Reference Company XDS Data.
They are submitting data, but they are yet to use this thing to the fullest. They are not using it for all the reasons they should be using it. So there's still some gap there. And, we needed to be using it for acquiring customers like a KYC, because we have all that information on the database. They needed to do some analysis with the information on the individual. It's not a blacklisting database. You see the person's performance, and then you use it based on your risk appetite. You use it to structure something for the person. And also that the people, the consumers, they need to understand this, that when you're going to the bank to borrow money, you're not begging the bank. You understand? So you need to know your profile so that when you go there and you think that the rate is too high for you, you can go to the next person or you can bargain it down. So the understanding from the consumer side and the understanding to a certain extent from the financial institution side is all lacking fully. The full understanding is still lagging behind.
Do I get from you that the platform, you think that is still underutilized in terms of the potential of
exactly.
the credit reference bureau?
Exactly.
Why?
It's underutilized. Well, because the inquiries that we get is basically when people come to look for a loan. You understand? But they can use it when new people or new consumers come to open an account.
Now, unidentified hackers broke into the systems of Pegasus Technologies, a company that integrates mobile money transactions between telcos, banks, and other local, regional, and international money transfer services, making off with a yet-to-be-known sum, but said to be millions of dollars. The most affected firms are the leading telcos, Airtel and MTN Uganda, as well as Stanbic Bank, Uganda's largest bank that also backs up most of the mobile money transactions. MTN and Airtel temporarily suspended their mobile money services across networks in the East African country due to the attack. But here in Ghana, the Chamber of Telecommunications is assuring all consumers that mobile money transactions between two mobile service providers through the interoperability platform is secured, safe, and robust. We are joined via Zoom by the Chief Executive of the Chamber, Ken Ashigbe, with more. Good afternoon or good evening to you, Mr. Ashigbe. Now, can we get to actually understand exactly what happened in the case of Uganda?
Well, thank you very much, Israel. What we're beginning to learn, and it's still early days yet, we're trying to get data from these markets, is that what have been more of an insider work where somebody within the third party that provides the interoperability service might have caused the breach. So it was not an external intrusion into the system, but rather somebody within that would have caused this. But we are still getting more information to be able to ascertain the veracity of all of this. We have seen also some stories that talk about the fact that money might not have been lost as had initially been done. So I'm sure in the coming days we'll get a lot more information.
All right.
We are even having plans of having a meeting with ourselves and the Bank of Ghana as well on this, but we're still collecting information.
So I'm also quite interested in the bit about money being lost. You're saying that money probably may not have been lost, because I'm wondering, how is it that millions of dollars equivalent in shillings could have been moved out of transactions or cashed out? I'm trying to understand how where it terminated. Did it terminate on subscribers' phones, or was it moved to other accounts? And if it's moved to identifiable accounts, you can always reverse those transactions.
Well, so Israel, what we have so far is reports that are coming in, and I've seen from some other portal that talks about the fact that Stanbic and Airtel and MTN say mobile money accounts not affected by the weekend out, and that no money might have been lost. So what we need to do is to be able to get information from our Airtel and MTN are members of the chamber, and they are in these markets. So we're trying to see what information we can get from Uganda to be able to verify that from the authentic sources. So I would not be able to comment exactly on what actually happened in Uganda over the weekend, but I'm pretty sure in the coming days, if we should speak, if we get some confirmation, I'll be able to share that with you.
All right, so let's come back to our system here, and I want to find out from you how robust or how secured our system such that we can avoid such large-scale frauds.
Well, the good thing is that when you come to Ghana, the way our mobile money architecture is what pertains in a lot of markets. Our mobile money infrastructure is bank-based. So for every peso that you transfer electronically, that e-money is backed by money that sits in the banks. And it is very well regulated. We have moved from guidelines to actually having a bill in place. And in terms of the technical infrastructure that has been put together, We run very, very robust systems that are constantly being tested and ensure that you don't have any intrusions that can break it. And also you have regulations and guidelines that limit the amount of money, particular wallets can move on a daily basis, weekly and monthly basis. And then also there are all these checks and balances that are involved. So even if somebody internally wants to do anything, the level of the amount of money that can be moved would be very difficult. The challenge has always been on the user side, on the human side. And that's why we are constantly talking about the training and educating of our users, because all the time what happens is that the social engineering, and then they are able to then acquire your PIN number and are able to do transactions. So far as the systems are concerned, including the interoperability system that is run by GIPS, it is a very secured and robust system. And we are not complacent with it. Constantly, you have ethical hackers that themselves are trying, to find ways in which to breach this so that if there are any vulnerabilities, they are dealt with. And this goes on a constant basis. So we would not, the way we are structured, would not be vulnerable to some of these movements where a lot of money can be done. So our subscribers, our customers' monies are very safe because, as I said again, all the monies are backed by physical cash that sits in the banks, and that is regulated by the Bank of Ghana.
All right, thank you very much. Ken Ashigbe is Chief Executive of the Ghana Telecoms Chamber, and well, he's giving us some assurances that in the case of Ghana, it will be quite difficult to move the amounts that have been talked about in the case of Uganda. But moving on, there appears to be a mixed reaction greeting the proposal to review the retirement age in Ghana. Recently, the National Pensions Regulatory Authority called for a national dialogue concerning a possible adjustment of the age, which is currently pegged at 60 years. Nicholas Brown engaged a section of Ghanaians, and they had this to say.
For some time now, there's been a conversation on whether or not to increase the retirement age in Ghana. Now, we are here in the streets of Accra to engage the general public on what they make of this particular suggestion as to whether there should be a revision of the retirement age or not.
It should not be revised. It should be 60 years. Because if you look at a lot of people who comes out from school every year, people must retire so that people can also get employment. So I don't think it should be revised. It should be maintained.
I think it should be increased because looking at the country, we normally start working officially at a very old age. So you don't get to save much when you are 60. So I think,
of course, I am of the opinion that it should be maintained. But after the 60 years, the company in which you work can give you a contract of 3 years or 5 years and give you a special package that will earn you a lot of income.
I think it should be maintained at 60 years because my dad retired at 60 and by that time he was very weak. So he died like literally 5 years afterwards. So I feel like it being maintained at that age, it helps them like, fine, they get to get enough money and like, how do you say, be prepared for their retirement.
So do you think that the retirement age, which is pegged at 60 years, should be reviewed to, let's say, 65 or 63, or it should be maintained at 60 years?
Well, people like me, I will suggest you people make it around 70 or 80 itself.
Why so?
When we retire early, at times we find it difficult.
Difficult to do what?
Well, to maintain ourselves. But when you extend it to 70 or 80, it will be better for us.
When you're extending it to 70 or 80, are you going to get that strength to continue to work?
Well, some of us will get, others won't get. If they extend it to 70 or 80, it's better. because right now I'm getting to 70.
You are still strong.
As you know, me and you, we are all the same.
Right, that man doesn't intend to go on pension anytime soon. Moving on. Health tech innovator Dr. Elvis Kumaforsen's vision of ending maternal debt caused by lack of financing is gradually becoming a reality. His financing product, Trimester Save, which provides digital finance and digital health solutions, continues to sign on many expectant mothers. It is now expanding to cover all women in the reproductive age bracket. The Joy Business Van is a Trimester Save today to discover more.
Hello, Joy Business Van. My name is Dr. Elvis Kumaforsen, founder of Trimester Save. I'm not in the hospital today. I am at Ghana Innovation Hub to talk about our health technology.
Another day in the office, another day to make a difference in the lives of expectant mothers. That's what Dr. Elvis Kumaforsen has devoted his time to in the last 2 years, and he has no regrets. Ghana has made significant strides in lowering maternal deaths, but access to healthcare is still a headache.
Notwithstanding the cover of National Health Insurance, for instance, mothers still have to be able to fund transportation fees to the hospital. They still have to find money to buy their list of birth preparedness items. For many mothers at the bottom of the pyramid who are unemployed, they need to find funds without paid leave to take care of themselves as they go to have a baby. Should mothers encounter any complications during the pregnancy, such as pregnancy-induced hypertension, that could be in as much as 30% of mothers. Mothers have to get out-of-pocket payment costs covered by their own funds.
85% of pregnant women have no complications. However, access to finance determines outcomes with regards to health and development of mother and baby. Is what motivated Dr. Forsen to develop Trimester Save, an innovative financial inclusion and maternal health solution for women within the reproductive age bracket.
Trimester Save started out in February 2018, and over the last year and a half to two, we have made progress in building the financial reserves of 2,500 women who have been able to open accounts, thus get a digital identity, we call it, by having a digital financial savings account. These mothers also, we are making available digital health services to help them cater to their health needs as they approach the day of their delivery.
And that is quite some feat, seeing that only 70 had signed on the last time the Joy Business Van visited. Dr. Forsen studied artificial intelligence at the Ghana Tech Lab, an entrepreneurial school. He's passionate about combining digital health solutions with digital finance. Of course, that's the future of healthcare delivery.
So on one platform, you are able to carry out savings. But on that same platform, you are able to have access to medical advice. You are able to have access to medicine orders. You are able to have access to other factors that affect your health, like supply of fast-moving consumer goods.
This Dr. Forsen describes as one of the biggest successes of Trimester Save, having had health and financial institutions partner with him on his product to reduce maternal deaths.
We are very open to working with financial institution partners. Indeed, any financial institution partner that has an app, and probably more importantly, a USSD code, have been approached or will be approached by us. For now, we have Pan-African Savings and Loans of the EcoBank Group. We also have ARB Apex Bank that has a membership of about 144 rural community banks. 2 of them are already signed up to work with us.
Trimester Save has maintained the interests of its partners, including financial institutions and the Ghana Health Service. It's necessitated an expansion drive to reach 200,000 women and impress the United Nations Development Fund to place it in the cohort of top 10 global innovative solutions admitted in the COVID-19 Financial Resilience Program. Interestingly, the COVID-19 lockdown period saw a surge of 161% in deposits into savings. Evidence is the way to go in future. However, funding remains key to the success of Trimester Save.
Funding will always be a challenge we try to manage, and we are seeking to have more financial institution partners commit funds to onboarding more clients. We currently have a target of 200,000 women in the next 18 months.
Meantime, Dr. Forson is working on another product on occupational health, with men being the focus.
We are very happy to continue innovating. Many have asked, what about the men? We have Kwanso coming up. Kwanso is a digital platform for men. It's focused on occupational health and indeed road traffic accidents, which is a big cause of death in the male population.
Great journey so far for Trimester Save. It's been a little over a year when the product received its first public endorsement, a judge winner of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center's flagship Youth Entrepreneur Competitive event, and there's more ground to cover.
The National Cybersecurity Advisor, Dr. Albert Nchibwe-Siako, says government will not relent in its fight against cybercrime. This comes after a total of 11,545 reports were made through the Center's Incident Reporting Point of Contact between January and August 2020. Here is our quick take for today.
January to August this year, the center has received more than 8,000 cases, but we recorded a surge from March of this year when COVID-19 got to us. So these are the development, and we need to create awareness using the Cyber Awareness Month to ensure that not only business but also individuals, of course, who are the customers of businesses, are protected.
Right, and that'll be it for Business Live. I'm Israel Lai. Thank you very much for watching. You have
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
We're so grateful that the Lord has given you this yet another day in your life, Israel. Yeah. We're so grateful. I've been watching you for the past 20 years.
You guys
an old man,
so old.
Yeah, so it's just grace.
Let me take
some sense of happiness seeing you.
Because a lot of you are here and you're not wearing your
social distance. We need to social distance. So just get your mask. Exactly.
Don't worry, we all have the mask. Don't worry, you can.
Okay, all right. Okay. So thank you very much. But when you say you've been watching me for
20 years,
I mean,
20 years.
Too old.
Oh, come on.
So yeah,
there's no need for that. I mean,
so thank you very much.
Okay. Let's just take the sedatives out of the cake so that you could see what we have there for easy.
But this is a big advert for the company that made the cake.
Right?
We should make them pay for it. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
All right, so you want me? Yeah, it's a lovely cake. Thank you very much.
Nice cake.
Happy birthday, Israel. Whatever,
Israel, be lying.
Okay, so
it's now time for us to just cut the cake.
I'm supposed to cut it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your day,
So Yeah, so you help me do this.
We cut the cake in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Okay, bye to you all.
Oh, that's nice.